Hey everyone, Jinx here. So as I've mentioned recently on Reddit as well as Twitter as well as the community post on this channel, I am currently working on videos for in-depth Genshin math explaining how the damage formulas work, how to build your characters, how to build your teams, how to make the most damage out of the minimum amount of resources used. But all of those are kind of really in-depth and really extensive in terms of the editing I need to do to get the videos out, so they are going to take a second. And as I've mentioned on the aforementioned Twitters, the Reddits as well as the community posts, I am not feeling very well. I am, however, going to go see the doctor today to go get some testing done and see if it is what we're all afraid it might be. But in the meantime, I'm going to be putting out much easier to make videos just so that I can have a little bit less stress in terms of my workload. Basically like the Jinx's musings I used to do for Monster Hunter World, where I kind of just discuss topics over background footage. And as I mentioned in the 3 things that I mentioned earlier, by the way, follow me on Twitter if you want constant frequent updates on what's going on. I have been putting out to the public my first drafts for the scripts on the videos about the Genshin maths and the damage optimizations and how to build team comps, etc. I do want this information out there as soon as possible, I'm just not physically well enough to put the videos out as fast as I would like to. So link in the descriptions to all of those things if you want to see the content early and understand how you optimize your damage most cost efficiently, how you build team comps, all that kind of stuff. Alright, so for this video, because it's going to be a nice easy one for me to edit, I'm going to be covering exactly how you can get an AR7 40 pull new account reroll in under 25 minutes. Now, there are going to be a lot of minor time-saving tips here to save you a few tens of seconds here and there. However, the big one is learning how to do the Lisa skip to skip the entire Lisa dungeon and save you well over 3 minutes. Now, with 40 pulls per reroll, it takes an average of about 8 to get a Venti account, so if you don't have Venti yet, he is going to be going away for a very long time in a day. And yes, it is a brand new account that you will have to level up independent of your main account, but honestly, when you hit AR35, you kinda run out of stuff to do every day on your main account anyway. And a final note before we get into the actual reroll speedrun strats, yes, MiHoYo, the game company, is okay with rerolling, every gacha company is. Gacha companies do live and breathe off of people wailing for new characters on their main accounts. However, they wouldn't really have much of a player base if they made it difficult for you to reroll and put in time instead of money to try to get the account you want. This is why, just like many other gacha games, you do not even have to attach an email address to a new account. Now, under 25 minutes is pretty much the fastest my rerolling friends have managed to achieve, but a 25 to 26 minute consistently is very realistic to do if you just learn the techniques in the run we're about to show you. Huge thanks to my friend Heika who did the recording, as well as my friends Cyklov and Sniper who refined the various techniques they found on the internet even further to get these sub 25 minute AR7 40 pull reroll runs. Alright, so as you probably noticed, we didn't bother showing off the opening cutscene because you can actually skip this cutscene. It's the only skippable cutscene if you Alt F4 after starting the account. Right now we're just doing the ability tutorial. The only time-saving tip really is when you do your ult, you can run to the edge of the island, pop your ult, and then immediately start swimming to the next location. Also, we will be fast-forwarding through this a little bit, however, make sure you pick up this chest over here and pretty much every chest that they pick up in this recording because you need that to hit AR7 as fast as possible. And if you really want to min-max your speeds, you don't even bother picking up any of the stuff from the chest because the only thing you need is the AR from opening it. But, you know, it's only an extra second or two to pick it up to you. The level 1 artifacts really don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Also, as you might notice from Heika here, the fastest possible way to cover long distances is to dash, wait for the stamina to start recharging, and dash again because it will recharge during your dash animation. However, if you are going for a short distance sprint, it is better to just mash the dash as much as you can. Also, in terms of saving time for dialogue options, basically the only two that actually have less dialogue are the emergency food comment with Paimon as well as when Kaya shows up. For both of these, the fastest option is the top option, so just as a rule of thumb when you're spamming through dialogue, always click the top option. So you're just gonna shoot the Anemo slime as fast as you can here, run immediately to grab the chest, and then immediately run south because that's where the next checkpoint is. Again, we use the staggered dash technique here because it's the best for long distance running. Now, the fastest way to clear these hilly trolls up ahead is to hit them with a charge attack from Amber and then immediately use your skill on your MC and that'll just one-tap them. Make sure you snipe off the guy on the tower first because climbing up there kinda sucks and drains your time. And then whatever leftover HP they do have, just mash attack with your MC. It's higher motion value per second compared to Amber. The tower hilichurl should also die in just one charge hit. Now grab the chest, spam through the dialogue with Amber, and then start dashing towards the entrance of Mondstadt, but use the double dash technique because we're gonna stop once we get to the cooking quest. Make sure you grab the mushroom and the fowl you need to make the chicken skewer, and then don't even worry about making it good because it doesn't show on the dialogue, and then go talk to the lady to complete the quest. This will put you at AR4 halfway there, so now we start running towards Mondstadt. This time we do staggered double dashes while letting the energy recharge just slightly in between because that will get us there the fastest. We now have the journal tutorial, just mash your way through it and then start heading forward. And again, this time we are going to be using the staggered single dash technique because this is a long distance and it is the fastest way to travel a long distance. Make sure you climb up past Margaret here so you can quickly tap on the waypoint and you can get the extra primogens you need. Now, the most efficient way to get there time-wise for the next checkpoint is to just run along this way and climb the walls you see on screen. However, once you get to this point, you do have to let your stamina fully recharge so you can just spam jump to get to the top as fast as possible. Now that we are at the gliding tutorial, you just glide all the way down, hold W, it's literally the fastest way to get there. Take this moment to take a sip of water or hit your vape or whatever you really need to do because you don't get that too many breaks when you're trying to do these fast runs. Now let's fast forward to the cutscene. You're gonna get to the weird flight simulator minigame you have against the Valen. Just shoot him in the butt as accurately as possible. You don't really need to adjust that much to keep hitting him. More dialogue, more cutscenes. At this point, Kaya is gonna show up. Remember to pick the top dialogue option to save you a few dialogue lines. Now, in order to hit AR7 as fast as possible, we are going to not do the next quest just yet and instead run over this way, climb up the tower, get the checkpoint as well as the luxurious chest up here. We can then grab this chest on the lower level of the Favonia's headquarters and then dive down to immediately trigger the next cutscene. More dialogue, more cutscenes. Again, take a sip of water if you want because this one's gonna be quite a while. Hydration is important when you're sweating this hard. Alright, now we do unlock the ability to wish, however, don't do it just yet. It's better to do it in bulk at the very end to save time in terms of menus. Instead, we are going to immediately open our map and teleport back over to next to the cooking quest. Head immediately southeast to do the dungeon you need to do for the story with Amber. Now here comes the fun part, the Amber skip. So as soon as the doors start opening from you pressing the thing, charge up your fire arrows, you can immediately burn the vines in your way. You actually do not need the chest on the right side if you got the normal chest on top of Favonia's headquarters earlier. Technically it is free stuff, but it does waste time, so up to you. Alright, so here comes the first part of the Amber skip. This one's a bit difficult to pull off, but if you jump at the right place, you can knock yourself over the ledge and get there even faster. This is one that's a bit technically more difficult to do, so don't worry about it too much if you can't pull it off, but it does save you quite a bit of time. As for this hilichurl, just hit him with a fire arrow. That will make him on fire, pop over to your MC, charge E, and you will kill him instantly. Grab the chest over here, drop your Fumu next to the two guys who spawn, as well as your Amber ult to basically immediately melt them. While they are dying, shoot over here so you can get over to the chest, open that because you do need the AR, and then just run up to the last two and hit them both with a charge E from your MC to kill both of them. Now while this door is opening, switch to Amber, get a shot ready, and immediately detonate the barrels next to the group on the right. Switch to your MC, throw a nado straight forward, it'll kill both of the melee hilichurls running at you, then run to the back line and just quickly pop a charge E on them. Once again, grab the chest and then head over to the next door. Switch over to Amber, and as you approach the door and it starts opening, charge up a shot to ignite the fire pillar over here. Now go ahead and glide over, finish up the quest, easy peasy. Now once you exit out of the domain, you want to head immediately to your left and start running forward. On the hill in front of you, you will see a tiny chest with vines on it. Shoot it with a charge E as you run up. Earlier is better because it'll burn down while you're running towards it. Now as you continue heading east, you'll see 3 Anemo slimes. Run and gun them out of the air while heading towards the little hill right next to them. Get another chest, more AR that way. Head immediately south, get both of the wind monkeys because you will need them to hit AR7. And then of course get the statue activated for the quest. Now go ahead and dump those monkeys into the statue because more stamina and more adventure experience means faster reroll. Now head over to the big tree in the middle, climb up and to the right and grab another monkey up there. And for those wondering, yes, I know they're called Animunculuses, but on day 1 I started calling them monkeys and the name kinda just stuck in my head. Now, there is another monkey to the south. This one we're going to do what's called a Wind MC ability cancel to get to it as fast as possible. Basically, Nemo damage on these windflies immediately creates an updraft, so you tap E and immediately cancel it into double jump and you jet up instantly. Start flying east, mostly following the cliff on your right. Ignore this chest over here because it's a waste of time and we don't need it to hit AR7. Keep heading east along this way until you hit the giant wind current and you can jet up and grab another monkey. Head straight over using this height to Lisa's dungeon, and here comes the most time-saving part of the entire method, the Lisa skip. So first off, we follow the dungeon like normal and grab the chest on the right because we need the AR. We go up the updraft, continuing following along to the right to grab another chest. And then make sure you stay on Lisa because you need Lisa to do the Lisa skip here, which can save you at least 3 minutes in this dungeon. So you're going to aim for that corner you see right ahead, sprint, and then right as you see the little sprint markers go around, you jump immediately forward. Immediately start gliding. This will give you the momentum and height you need to be able to just skip the entire dungeon as Lisa. Make sure you aim for this climbable cliff right here. If you got the timing on the sprint jump right, you will perfectly land it. Again, use Lisa here because she is taller, so it does make this a little bit easier to land. Now, I'm going to play the whole clip again in half speed because I know this is going to be the hardest thing to get down, but also the most important if you want to shave time off of your rerolls. Very nice. Then once you get to this puzzle over here, just activate the thing, immediately glide to your left so you don't end up whacking into any of the platforms, updraft up, get caught on that, updraft again, and then when you land over here, just keep flying forward. If you get close enough to the platform, you will trigger the door of resurrection and instead revive right on the other side of the puzzle. Congratulations, you just did the Lisa skip, which just saved you over 3 minutes of dungeoning. Very nice. Alright, now we go south out of the domain, we go grab the monkey over here, and then we head directly east to go grab the chest underneath of this cliff right here. Now go to your right, wrap around the mountain to your left, and you will see another chest to grab. Now we just teleport to the statue of the 7 to go turn on our monkeys and hit AR7. Congratulations, you now have the 40 pulls you need for this reroll account that is the most time efficient possible. Quickly head back to the Adventurers Guild so you can get the adventure rank awards you need for those 40 pulls. The only one you actually need is the AR5 rewards, so go ahead and skip the others for now until you're sure you want to keep this account. Now go to your mail and collect everything, and that will get you everything you need for the 40 pulls you get at the start of the game. Important side note, 30 of these pulls do come from the launch appreciation rewards and similar mail we get currently. On November 11th, when patch 1.1 drops, we are not guaranteed to have these anymore. So if you do want to reroll an account, be sure to do it before November 11th. We did actually also get an additional 11 polls over the course of 11 days, but that unfortunately has already run out. Those were more for the people who started playing on day 1. Alright, let's go ahead and go over to our wish and see what we get. First thing we do is pull on the Noel banner because it is discounted. Next, we go to the Venti banner. You can also do this on the weapon banner if you want, but you really should do it on the Venti banner and burn our 10 intertwined feints on a 10 pull. And now we have 1600 Primogens to spend on any banner you want. You can pop this on any banner, but do not do it on the Noel banner. Next, we go back to the shop. We got a bunch of Stardust from those pulls, so we're going to convert those into 4 more Acquaint feints to get a second Noel banner. Now we have our temple on the wall banner, and holy shit, that's a Dayluk Beidou combo. Heika, you lucky motherfu- But yeah, that's why we reroll. But yeah, so at this point, you pretty much have a few leftover Primogens, a little extra Stardust. Spend it how you want on what you want, but these 40 pulls are the main point of the rerolls. And yeah, now you can reroll accounts as much as you want until November 11th when it stops being a good idea. If you do all the techniques in the video perfectly, you can get a sub 25-minute run on a really clean run, but even if you're just kind of casually doing it and making sure you pull out the Lisa skip, you will get a sub 27, sub 28 easy. As always, thank you so much for checking out the video. I hope this will help you get the roles you're looking for if you want it for a second account or you just don't really like your main account anymore. A huge thank you to Heika for recording this, as well as Cyklov and Sniper for refining all of the speedrunning techniques for for reroll strategies. If you would like to thank these guys directly because they are the ones who put in the heavy lifting to figuring out the strategy and getting everything recorded, I am going to be sharing the revenue on this video with them, so if you would like to help them out and get them some more rolls on their main accounts, then be sure to like the video, comment, and also share it with your friends so it gets seen by as many people as possible. More views equals more whales for my friends. And of course, we do have our Discord server, the Mathless Nest. We have a relatively small Genshin community right now that we are planning on growing and kind of adding channels as we need to, but if you want to come chat, come hang out. And of course, a huge thank you to our patrons, with whom this would not be possible because they have been supporting us throughout the very long break I had to take from video making. We did all of the callouts in the last video, but regardless, thank you so much for your support. Okay, my doctor appointment's coming up pretty soon, and I'm getting tired and rambly, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the recording here. Thanks again, as always, for joining us. Be sure to subscribe and everything, and hit the notification bell if you want to see the videos when they come out. Happy waifu hunting, whalers. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!